Hamvention 2023. If you're ready for some great cable, well, let's stop by the Messi and Paoloni booth and see what they have going on.
I'm KY4 BDP Brian here at Hamvention 2023, and I'm with Stefano, and we wanted to talk a little bit about Messi Paoloni, the cabling that this company puts forth, and why is it superior to a lot of the cabling that's out there, and so much of the cabling that I think some of our viewers get their hands on is off of Amazon and things like that. It's really cheap out of China. Maybe you can get some good stuff from time to time, but with Messi and Paoloni, you're always getting the good stuff.
Oh yeah, yes.
So can you give us a summary of what is so special about your cable?
Look, first of all, the experience we are making, we are having a long-term experience. The company is since 1946, but we started manufacturing in 1974. So 1974 up to now, it's quite many years, and nearly 50 years of experience. And believe me, after such a long time, we still learn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still learn. You've got to make experiments and to make prototypes and you try new things. And we've got the same care for manufacturing as an artisan, and the same sort of passion. This is one of the things that is making MP products so special. It's like a Begali of keys. This Begali is making masterpieces. You can see, you can perceive from their keys that they are made with passion and with innovation. And we're doing the same sort of thing with cables. And for this reason, when we want to enter a new market, we study exactly which is going to be the need of that specific market. So one of the new things about this exhibition is this yellow cable here. This is not just a colored cable; it's a POTA cable. So it's the first specific POTA cable has been made by the industry. So before making this cable, this is a prototype, the first prototype. We are going to make within the second half of June, other 2 or 3 more prototypes in order to see which is going to be the perfect POTA cable for POTA people, and it will be beta tested by someone just to make sure that it's going to perform as much as needed.
Nice. And POTA, being Parks on the Air, is what we think of with POTA, and this yellow is to designate that, or at least in prototype, that it's for.
Yes. This color, it came from the experience of some POTA people who had troubles because many a time it happens that curious people are going around. They are trampling on the cable. They are tripping over the cable, and they're making disasters. And they're just trampling on the cable. If it's a PVC jacket, it's going to squeeze the dielectric, and so you can say bye-bye to performance. Or many a time it happens, they are placing the cable over some paths, and the pickup truck is passing over the cable and squeezing even more.
Yes.
So we want to avoid this to happen, and we said, okay, let us look for a color which could be as noticeable,
high visibility.
Possible. High visibility, yeah, high visibility, and that was a problem for the POTA cable. So what we did is to add a polyethylene jacket instead of a PVC one. So polyethylene makes the cable a little bit stiffer, not as flexible as our original UltraFlex 7. But at the same time, it's much sturdier and it's totally waterproof. So more visibility, much sturdiness, and the third problem with the cable used for POTA is the number of operations that are done during the year. So what we have noticed that our cables, all the cables in the world, are made for being placed in a fixed position. A fixed position means that you can even match to a rudder but it will make always the same movement, and it will not be subdued to continuous unwinding and
Exactly.
unwinding, winding and unwinding, which is it's possible to arrive up to 100 operations in a short time, depending how active is a person
Yes.
in this activity. So this is going to overstress the foil. The copper foil is going to make some cracks after perhaps 20 operations or 50 operations, and the more cracks they form on the foil, and the more we are losing the technical features of the cable. So the cable is going to be worse and worse until the point you've got to throw it away. So we understood this, and we said, look, we have to do something. So this first prototype has got a triple layer foil. So a triple layer foil, which means that it should be more withstanding. But I'm not 10% sure it's going to be like this. So it has to be beta tested. So the next prototypes will make, they will be with a double braid. So double braid will guarantee a much longer life operativeness, life expectancies. Let us
Right.
say. We shall try with double braid. We shall try with double braid plus a foil, and see after the beta testing which one is the cable that is giving the best response.
Best response over a length of time of using it over and over again.
Exactly, yeah. And I already have several volunteers that want to they are eager to test the cable.
Well, we would like to test it. So, but
Okay.
this is very interesting. So I don't know that I've ever seen a manufacturer try to build a cable specific to POTA, and I just think that's thinking outside the box.
Look, it's the way I was telling you that we are manufacturers, we're an industry, but we have got the mentality of artisans. So we like to create new things and specific things. And this is for POTA, but for instance, this one is for the hot countries. So let us say we can do the same cable in 4 different shapes with this Ultraflex 7. Ultraflex 7 is a cable which has been used, the official cable of WRTC 2018 in Germany, and it will be the same cable used in this year in Italy for the WRTC. So this is a cable which, with a size of 0.287 inches, can perfectly replace our G213U. So that's a great result because it's a very flexible one and very smooth. It's not bulky at all. There's something really very appreciated, which can be appreciated so much, And but if you need to bury the cable, it's not the cable for you. We would suggest the same cable with a polyethylene jacket, which is a tad stiffer, but is
direct burial.
More sturdy. It's for direct burial. You can trample on the cable without so much worry, and also has got a flooding material, a petal jelly, which is poured over the braid in order to prevent oxidation. And we also make a version in PVC for hot countries because with direct sunlight, the cable is going to be overheated.
Right.
So this is another way of preventing a premature aging of the cable, but especially we have placed in our catalog a table where you can see how much can degrade the signal with the heat. So the higher is the heat, the worse it is for the attenuation of the cable. So we can have some coefficient you can find in our catalog, and you can see according to the temperature, the room temperature you have, which is going to be a worse attenuation. So for this reason, we said, why don't we make a cable which we can override the overheating of direct sunlight, and at the same time we made some heat sink to be screwed on our connectors.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the people who are amplifying at the same time, you can get benefit from the white jacket and also from the heat coming from the amplifier. So by placing a small fan towards the ribs of the heat sink, now it would be, we would call it heat suppressor. But yes, looking at our catalog, you can watch in here, and yes,
Look at the fins.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, this is another first in the industry. You know, nobody did
Never
it
seen
before.
that before.
We don't like to copy. We like to create. You know, or if we need to arrive in a market where there is a specific need, there is a bestseller, we never copy the bestseller. We try to improve the bestseller, and so we did in Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah, and our biggest market is Germany. So believe me, making the Germans happy is not an easy task. If you can do something for the Germans, you can do for everybody in the world.
Right, right.
Yeah. And what else I can tell you? Yes, we also made these marvelous connectors. We call them the Evo connectors. They are the Evo connectors. You know, these are the end connectors, and
Then you got UHF.
no, you can think of, you see, end connectors and Evo connectors.
Right.
So we when we entered this field, we said the real connector is the N one. The N one is the real connector. So why don't we turn the UHF into an N connector? So we asked our supplier to make a new design which could outperform completely the old PL259 under several point of views. So our connectors have got a gasket, a grommet, a big grommet inside, which can assure a watertight future to the connectors. In some situations, it is very important, it's strategic to have a watertight connector. At the same time, it's a nonsense that we have 105 dB screening efficiency connectors if we don't have 105 dB screening efficiency cables if we don't have 105 dB screening efficiency connectors.
On the connectors.
So let us do that. But most importantly, let us do things in such a way that they will never get wrong while assembling. So we are providing the step-by-step feature, and also there is a QR code here, and you can have a video. So for each one of our connectors, each one of our cables, there is a video teaching you how to do step-by-step. So
perfect.
Yeah. Also, another thing, we were worried about people overheating the cable while soldering. So the PL259, you've got to solder the braid, you've got to solder the core. Here, you just have to solder the core, and you have to pour just a little tiny part of solder. And by using a flux, a no clean flux, yes, we are also selling these 2cc flux. Yeah, you don't need to buy
much, right?
Yeah, because you just need to have a no clean flux, and it will suck by capillarity the solder inside the hole. It will be an easy task, but just by buying this, or by using a flux.
I like that as an application method for flux. That's very nice.
Yeah, yes. So this was a service we wanted to give to our customers in order to make things easier. Yeah.
Very nice.
Other things, why buying MMP? Look at here. Yeah. This cable has got a core made out of 37 strands.
How many?
37 strands.
37.
Yeah. No one is making such a cable in the world. Yeah. So we wanted to make a cable which could be a replacement of our LMR 600 UF, for instance, which is 0.600. This is 0.500. Has got the same attenuation as LMR 600, but look at the flexibility. So you've got half an inch cable with such a flexibility, And also in this case, we're making the three different ways. We're making with black PVC, with black polyethylene jacket for underground operations, underground laying, and white PVC, of course, for people who need to amplify so much.
Right.
And 37 strands. And the braid is going to be made from now on, instead of 192 wires, with 240 wires.
Wow.
So yeah, so 240 wires in the braid and 37 wires in the core. So it's something unique. We are continuously trying to improve our products, because we want to experiment new and new things, and we don't care about making a cable cheaper. We care about making a cable super cable, so uncomparable. This is our mission, making the best.
Well, that's definitely why we wanted to come and talk to you, because you've definitely got a you have developed such a loyal following, and your ability to build cables that are superior. There's people out there that are extremely loyal to the product, because they've tested it. They say, well, I used to use this kind of cable. I got this kind of performance. I switched over to this cable. I have less loss. I have less interference, less anything coming in from a EMI or RFI or any of that. And I'm able to work stations maybe even further out. So we could see why.
Oh yes. You reminded me another very important part of my cables, how the braid is made.
How it's made.
Yeah, and you see here, this is a 24-spool braiding machine. It is an American machine actually. It's world braiding machine. 24 spools. So the braiding machines can be 16 spools or 24 spools.
Okay.
We just use 24 spool braiding machines. And it means that if compared to most of the cable of the computation, our cable, you can see two different braids here. Perhaps it's not so easy to get closer, but 16 carriers braid has got 50% less crossovers than 24 spool braiding machines. So our cables are all made with 24 spool braiding machines. Yeah, you can see it here. So many wires.
There's just no gaps in there.
In this case, is 192 wires. This is the cable which is going to be replaced with 240 wires.
240
wires. So many small wires, making a great screening efficiency. And screening efficiency is extremely important, because a good screening efficiency coupled to good screening efficiency connectors means that you have a better reception, less noise. So especially in a world full of noises of any sort, electromagnetic pollution, I mean LED lights, LED lamps are generating noise, and all the Wi-Fi's we have around, they generate noise. There are electrical appliances, household appliances are generating noise. So many noises. I've been told by several hams that they managed with our cables even to reduce by 2 stops the noise, the QRM. So reducing by a couple of stops, can be a couple of stops, can be 3 stops, can be 1 stop, can be something. But they told me clearly, oh, I'm going to listen to stations that I did never listen before.
Right.
Or stations that I was hardly listening. Now I can clearly listening to the same station. So these are cables that they can guarantee a better reception, not only a better transmission. So these are cables which are looking after any single particular in order to reach the best solution. This is the reason why so quickly in Europe we have been spreading out in every country in Europe. Messi and Paoloni has been the #1 in sales.
Stefano, we want to thank you for giving us a little bit of your time today.
No, it's my pleasure.
And we've been wanting to come and talk to you for some time, but we got a chance here at Hamvention 2023. Thanks so much for taking some
my
time
pleasure.
today.
My pleasure.
KY4 BDP at Hamvention 2023. 73.